All right, everyone. So today we are going to discuss dictionaries and sets. Okay. How to we will explore more about. We have already seen some examples of the dictionaries, tuples, and lists. Sets we will be covering pretty much the first time today. So we will see what operations can be performed on sets. Okay, and dictionaries. So dictionaries, as you understand, we have the key value pairs in the dictionary, and these are stored within braces, curly braces. Okay, so dictionaries store data as key value pairs, right? So any element from the dictionary that you want to access, you do it using its own key. Okay, you have to use the key and value. Okay, key, colon, and value. So key value pair, this is how you store the values in a dictionary. Whereas uh, a set is more like a list, you can say, but lists are stored in square brackets, but a set is contained within curly braces. So dictionaries and sets both are defined using curly braces on, but the difference is, in the dictionary we have a key value pair, whereas the sets have just the values. And the difference in the sets and you can say tuple or the lists is that the sets are unordered collection, and there are no indexes. So like you remember when we were using lists, so in the case of the lists we were able to access the list elements using an index. So like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and putting in the square brackets. We cannot do that thing with the sets. Okay. And for dictionaries, we store access the elements using the keys. So if you want to access something, you define the key like this. So dictionary name, and then within square brackets, you will put up the key, and that's how you will be able to access the value from within the dictionary. So what we are seeing here is dictionaries store data as the key value pairs. That is first thing. Second, sets are unordered collection of unique items. This is also important. In a list or tuple, you could have duplicate values, but here you cannot have duplicate values. A set is an unordered collection, and a set is also having unique items. This is important. Use curly braces to define both dictionaries and sets. So this is a similarity. If you have to talk about similarities between dictionaries and sets, so both are defined using curly braces. Okay. How do we define tuple? Angel, how do we define tuple? What do we use to define tuples?
Sir, I don't know the exact definition, but I can try. It is
Parentheses. Parentheses are used for the tuples, right? If we go back to the previous day class, so tuples, we studied about tuple, right? So tuples, we use parentheses and separate elements with comma, right? That's how we do the tuple. This is a tuple, 1, 2, 3, hello, for example, right? And in tuple, you could do the indexing. However, in case of the dictionaries, in case of the sets, we don't have index. We are using, we use, in case of sets, curly braces to define them. Okay, curly braces, important. Dictionaries are created with key value pairs. Key, and we put a colon and then the value. So this key value pair is kept in the dictionary. So we can have as many key value pairs as we want, and all the key value pairs are separated by commas. Sets are also created with items separated with commas. Okay, so this is a similarity. Access dictionary values using corresponding keys like dictionary name and key. Okay, I will show you an example just now. Okay, in a few minutes. Use the in operator to check for membership in a set. So we use the in operator. So we can do, if let's say we are having a set of students, so where we have the names of the students, and if we want to check if an a particular element is contained in that set, so we will use if the element in the set name. So we will see its example also. Accessing dictionary and set elements in Python. So access dictionary values using, like this is a mydict. Okay, using the keys. So if it is a dictionary name and you are having these square brackets, and within double quotes you will put the key name. So this is how you access the elements from within a dictionary. Check if key exists in the dictionary. So if key in mydict, right? So if a particular key exists in the dictionary, we use the in, and the same thing in also we used in the set we just read in the previous slide. We can iterate through key value pairs for key value in mydict.items. Okay, so we can do for key in mydict, and you can use like key and value, key comma value, we can do this way for key comma value in mydict dot items. So dot items means all the items of the dictionary. Okay, check if an item exists in the set. You can do if item in my set, right? Item is any value you will put over here. In my set is the my set's name. Okay, iterate through items in a set for item in my set. That's how you will do. Okay, some of the real world applications of dictionaries, if we talk about. Okay, so storing and retrieving student information. For example, if you want to store a student's data, okay, you can make it set. You can have the name of the student, you can have roll number of the student, you can have the grades of the student. And because this data is gonna be fixed pretty much, right? So you are not going to change this data. So set is okay for that particular example. But if you have to maintain a list like of students, then you have to use the list data structure. Okay, so all these, if we talk about lists, sets, dictionaries, okay, or we are calling about tuple, all these are the data structures. How data is stored and for processing in an application. So we need a data structure. So depending on your problem statement, depending on your use case, you will take this decision whether I need to use a dictionary, or I need to use a tuple, or I need to use a list, or I need to use a set. Okay, depending on your requirements, you can adopt one of these data structures and solve your problems. Counting the word frequencies in a text document. Suppose you have a word document. Let's say this slide itself is a document, and then in this, if I want to count how many times a particular word occurred in this, so I can make a we can count word frequencies in a text document. So you can identify, keep on finding, like taking each word at a time, and then you keep on appending it to the list, or you can increase the word count by one for each of the words. So these are some examples, some problems you can write the programs for. We will take some of these examples in our class also. Okay, implementing caches to store web page data for faster processing. What is a cache? Anybody wants to answer this? What is cache? Cache memory, you might have heard of. No one? I will answer that. So
What, sir?
yeah, Prachi, you want to answer this? What is a cache?
Can you tell me again?
Sorry.
Uh, so cache is a cache is, you can say ki like
Mhm.
search history, that is a cache that is stored in a cache. And
Cache is basically once you open any content, any data
yes sir,
on
yes,
internet,
yes sir,
so if you are downloading some data, so what
yes sir,
it
yes
does,
sir,
it stores this data. Next time it will not go to internet, it will not go to server. So for example, if you're
yes
going
sir,
to
we can
google.com,
retrieve we can retrieve directly.
yeah, so if you're opening a website, so some of the images and the content that it has downloaded already, you don't
Yes sir,
have to go back to the server to retrieve,
yes
because
sir, yes sir,
every time accessing the content from the remote server, that
yes
causes,
sir,
yeah, you're right. So that causes basically delay in loading the data from the server. So what systems do for faster data processing, for faster data access, if you have suppose loaded a page, you went to academy.zensoftware.in, so browser may not, if you're again opening it, so it is going to load the same thing, right? It is not going to change. So what it does, if caching is enabled, in that case the browser will maintain a cache of the page, and if the page is available, it is going to access its contents from local cache instead of the remote server. And sometimes if caches are good, sometimes caches are not good. Means cache is good certainly for some such content which does not frequently changes. If it changes frequently, then you should not use cache, because for example, let's say a news website, if we are talking about, right, homepage of a news website, that frequently changes, right? So news elements, now if that is cached for 1 hour, so in that 1 hour, if any new news element is published, you may not be updated with it until the cache expires after 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever the duration of the cache, the life of the cache is defined, right? So cache is good for some such pages or some such content where uh, content is not changing very frequently. For example, if you go to let's say mm, government of India website, right, or maybe you go to a school's website homepage, right? So content might not change very frequently on that page. It may change maybe once a month, or maybe once a quarter, or like that. So in those cases, you really don't have to you can maintain the cache, and you don't have to load the page very frequently. But if you know the content of the page is changing frequently, then you must avoid caching that content, because otherwise the uh, real time or near real time nature of the content uh, will not be available to your users. So for implementing caches also, we can use dictionaries, representing and manipulating JSON data. Okay, JSON, how many of you know about how the JSON data is written?
Sir, it is an extension of file JSON.
It is extension of?
So file of any file
No, no, no.
like.
JSON is a format. Okay, I will cover
हाँ
that.
sir, हाँ sir, it's a format you can.
I'll cover in some example. I'll show you. Okay. So JSON is the way of storing the data. We usually do within braces. We write any data, any key value pairs. We will write a key and its colon and the value, and then so key one, key two, key three, value three, all separated by commas. So more like a dictionary. Okay, and putting it in braces. So ideally, a JSON you may call any dictionary itself is in the JSON format, pretty much. Okay. So JSON is a very popular format for exchanging data between two applications. Okay, or from one server to another server. If you want to send some data, communicate. So JSON and XML are two popular formats, data formats. You can build a phone book or an address book application using dictionaries. So we will see some of these examples. Now, let's see what are some of the common real world applications of sets. So, sets may be used for removing duplicates from a list. For example, if you are having a list, uh, one of the feature we just saw about sets is that sets cannot hold duplicate values. So, they contain the unique items. So, you cannot have a set if you are having a set. Okay, let me just take a pen over here. So a set I am creating like apple, banana, cherries, right? And if I add an apple again, if I am writing this set, creating this set, so the apple is two times, right? So if I assign, I hope you can see this text, right? So this is, let's say, my set, okay? Because it is written in square brackets, it's written in curly braces, so it's a set, right? Now what will happen if you print this set? You are going to get only unique values: apple, banana, and cherries. You will not get this duplicate value. It will automatically be discarded. Okay, so sets hold only the unique values. Making sense? Give me a thumbs up if that is uh, clear to you. Okay, great, thank you. Okay, and if we talk about dictionaries, dictionary is usually defined as, let's say this is my dict, I'm giving it a name, and in the dictionary I will have, let's say, some data. I'm having, let's say, name as John, comma, age, colon, 50. Okay, city, colon, New York, let's say. So if this is the what is this? This is a dictionary. Why it is a dictionary? Because we are having.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, are you sharing Python screen?
I'm sharing the slide only, but I'm putting some text on it. Is
So
there?
it is, yes,
Is
sir,
it,
now it is visible.
now it's visible? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now it is not visible.
Yes, sir.
Now it's not visible, right? Okay. So when I'm editing, then it is not visible. After that, it is visible. So right now, what is this? This is dictionary basically. So I'm saying my dict equals name, colon, John, comma, age, colon, 50, and city, colon, New York. So here name is a key and John is its value. Age is the key, 50 is the value. City is the key and New York is the value. Now, if you want in this list, suppose you want to extract out of this, if you want to print my dict and name, okay? So what it will print? It is going to, if I write this, print my dict name. Then what I mean, I want to access from my dictionary, I want to access the value of name key, right? And what is the value of name? John. So what is the output going to be? Output is going to be John. So So output will be John here, right? So we have this dictionary, mydict, key, value, key, value, key, value. And from here, if I want to take age, it will print 50. If I say city, it will give me New York, right? So that is dictionary. And as I just shown you the set, if I'm having a set instead, so in the set, let's say I'm having the values only. Here we don't have key values. I have the values. So let's say apple, banana, cherries. So suppose this is my set. You see this? This is my set. So within curly braces, I'm putting some values separated by commas. Now, if I want to print, so here you cannot do the way you are accessing this element. You cannot access these. If you print my set, the outcome will be the entire set. Okay. So it will print apple, banana, cherries. Is it clear to you?
यस सर, एक क्वेरी थी
हाँ बोलिए.
सर। सर हम ये बुक क्यों बोल मतलब इसकी सेट इज अनऑर्डर्ड कलेक्शन, रीजन क्या है सर इसका
Set
कि
is
ओनली सेट इज
set is
अनऑर्डर्ड कलेक्शन?
set is unordered collection. So means
यस,
the values can be in any order. Okay. These
अच्छा,
are not ordered. Ordered in the sense in a sequence, right? So it
यस,
you can put them anywhere. It really doesn't matter in what order you are placing them, whether you are putting banana before apple or cherries before apple, right? Irrespective
ओके,
of the position, because we are not accessing them by their position. So like 0, 1, 2, 3, we simply check if the value is in the set or not. Okay. That we
इंडेक्सिंग इज नॉट, इज इंडेक्सेस इज नॉट मैटर.
indexes don't have, there are no indexes for sets.
ओके,
There in sets, there are no indexes. In dictionaries, we have the keys. We access through keys. In sets, we don't have any indexes. Indexes are there in the lists and tuples. Okay.
ओके,
That's why they are ordered.
डिक्शनरीज में भी नहीं है इंडेक्सिंग?
डिक्शनरी में भी नहीं है. इन डिक्शनरी में भी आपका क्या है? इन द डिक्शनरी यू हैव द की वैल्यू पेयर. सो की
यस
वैल्यू
सर,
पेयर है. सो यू आर ऑलवेज गोइंग टू एक्सेस इररेस्पेक्टिव. आप आगे पीछे कहीं भी रखते हैं. सपोज मैंने अभी दिखाए थे एग्जांपल, नेम इक्वल्स जॉन, एज इक्वल्स 50, सिटी इक्वल्स न्यूयॉर्क. मैं सिटी को सबसे शुरू में ला सकता हूँ, राइट? I can bring
ओके,
city in the beginning. I can put name at the end, irrespective wherever you keep them. Once you are accessing it by the key, so whatever the position it is at, you can easily access the element. Okay.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सर, ओके,
All right. So I hope this is clear, right? And then if we have to check, right? If we have to check if the value is there uh, in a particular dictionary or in a set, then we will be able to use the in operator. So let's see. I'm going to share the Python screen, and we will see some examples. Let me switch. I hope the Python screen is visible to you. All right. So let's see. We create a new code sets sets.py. Okay. So I'm creating within curly braces. I put the value. Oh,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, please.
So your screen is freeze.
Not visible, right? Hmm. Hold on. Seems visible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's say this is my set. Okay. If I just say print my set and I call it Python sets.py, then it is going to print the values of banana, cherry, means the entire set it has printed. Okay. Now I go here, and if I would like to do, let's say, if okay, set is printed. Let me do more work here. If apple is the key, apple in my set, okay, then print found apple else print apple is not found in this in my set in the set. Okay. Then suppose I want to print. Okay. I want to check. So this is like in operator we are taking over here. So we can use the in operator for the set. So let's see. I say Python sets.py. So what it says, Py, first of all, it is printing the set because our code was, we wrote this code, right? So what is the outcome we have seen over here? So we are finding that this set is there, my set, and then it has, so first of all, it has printed my set. Then it is checking if this key, this value, basically this value, apple is in my set. That's what we are trying to check. If apple in my set we are finding, so you are saying yes, it found it. So it says found apple in the set. So what it printed, found apple in the set. If I modify this code, let's say I make it find strawberry. Strawberry. So what the outcome will be in this case? Strawberry is not found in the set because strawberry is not there, right? So for this kind of scenarios, And one thing is, like, you must notice, if I want to add strawberry, I can do this. So here, now, after this, let's say I'm adding uh, my set dot add. I want to add one more fruit over here, strawberry. Okay. And then again, I'm taking, let's say, this code. Let's check now what happens. So first it will execute and give. So banana, this was my set, banana, cherries, apple. So first it said strawberry is not found in the set, and then it says found strawberry in the set. What happened? Let's see. I want to print the set after this modification. I want to print again this set. I want to print after it was added. I'll say Python. So what happened? So initially I had the set. My set was banana, cherry, apple, right? Now what happened? I added strawberry to this. Okay. And what you found? Banana, strawberry, cherries, apple. Now notice, Prachi, you were asking, what is
Yes,
unordered
sir.
mean? What is unordered mean? This is
Yes,
unordered.
sir.
Now we added strawberry. Ideally, strawberry should be added at the end, right?
Yes, sir.
That is not predicted. Okay. It
Okay.
can be any position. It is
Oh,
unordered, right? So it is not necessarily in any order. Okay.
okay, sir.
It can allocate somewhere. It is unordered, no ordering is there, no particular sequence you are following. So we added strawberry after the three already. Initially we in fact we had assigned apple, banana, and cherries. That's how we wrote, right? But how it is printed, every time you print, it may print in any random order, these values. Okay. So banana, cherries, apple, banana, strawberry, cherries, apple, right? So this means unordered. Okay. So initially strawberry was not there in the set. So it was saying strawberry is not found in the set. Then you added it. So it is saying found strawberry in the set. I hope this is making some sense.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the dictionary. Let's see an example of a dictionary. So I will take vi dict dot py. So let's create a dictionary. I call it my dict. You can use any name. Actually, you know how to create the variables. So I'm just taking my dict is my dictionary name. And dictionaries are also in the braces. And we do the name. Suppose name is John. Same example we will take. We just created age 50. For the numbers, you don't have to put quotes. If you put in quotes, that becomes a string, right? And I can have city as, let's say, New York. And that's it. So my dictionary is here. I can do print my dict. First of all, let's see. Okay. And if you, right, then you can do here. I want to print, I want to print name, for example. Let's say name as, I want to print the value of name. And what value? I can do comma, my dict within square brackets, within double quotes, the key name you can put. Okay. Print age. Okay. and let's say this is comma my dict. How to access the value of the age? By the age key. Print city, comma, and you will say my dict and the city over here. Square brackets, parenthesis. Making sense? Let's save it. Sorry. Escape colon WQ. So we do Python. Let me clear the screen. Python dict dot py. So what happened? So first of all, it printed the dictionary. Dictionary's name is John, age is 50, city is New York. And then I'm printing, if I want to access the individual elements from this dictionary, I'm able to access using the key names. Okay. Any questions on this?
Sir, in input we are taking in small letters, but as a output it is taking first letter capital.
No, I'll show you what we wrote. Cat uh, dict dot py. We wrote this way.
Okay,
We
okay,
wrote the
okay.
J capital, N capital.
Oh,
Okay.
ये सर ये ठीक है सर ठीक.
All right. So
Oh,
basically, when we are doing the programming, so we are taking certain inputs from the user, we are storing them in a data structure, and then we are using the data structure or the data elements that we have stored in the form of variables or the data structures. We are using them to do some processing, and after doing the processing, then we get the output. Okay. So in any program, there are three steps: input, processing, and output. Now that input may come directly from the user, the input may come from a stored file, this input may come from an API, input may come through some sensor. Okay. Maybe you have a temperature sensor, okay, in your home, which is sending you the data about the current temperature. So maybe you write a program to connect to your sensor in your home, and you want to retrieve what is the current temperature. So that is going to give the input. So input may be through multiple channels. Okay. Ultimate goal is, if you want to process all the different directions you are having the data coming from, you have to choose which data to use and what you want to do with this data. And so you do certain processing on it. Processing means you may search the data, you may filter the data, you may reorder the data in a particular order, like sorting of the data in ascending or descending order, or finding the minimum value of it or finding the maximum value out of it. Whatever the different kind of operations you want to perform, you can do. And finally you display the results. Now displaying maybe again in different forms. Display maybe just on the console like we are doing here, or display maybe in form of some document like a PDF document or a Word document or Excel document. You can generate that. Or it may be via an API. You can send the output from this computer to another's computer, maybe someone a computer in the New York, or computer in Bangalore, or computer in Singapore, wherever. So we may have the different servers, so server to server communication we can do, or we can again send the data back to a device. Okay. So maybe if the temperature is at certain degree, maybe I want to turn on my AC. Okay. So I can do the output to that device too. So in that case, I must have some kind of connectivity to that device. I can send the data to my air conditioner to turn on. Okay. So that could be my output too. So output is not always printing on the screen here, because we are just getting started. We don't know much advanced programming, but you must remember this, that output can be in multiple forms, input can be in multiple forms, and any program you are writing, always there are three key steps. You are taking some input, you are processing the data that you have received as input, and you are generating some output. Okay, now what you do in the processing, that is your algorithm basically, you what you are doing. Okay, depending on what you write in the processing code, that is something like here we just wrote print. Okay, but it could be, I can say, let me make it little bit more useful. I'll just go to vi. Let's say we have to decide if this is the person. Okay, if this person is a senior citizen or not. Okay, so I'll say if age is, if my date age is greater than 60, then I will say print. Print what? My date name, comma, is a, is not, is a, is a senior citizen. Senior citizen. Okay. If it is less than, greater than or equal to 60, right? Else print, I can simply copy this text and paste it here, is not, if it is either it can be senior citizen or not a senior citizen, right? So let's say I have to decide this, right? So let's see, Python text. So what we, something wrong, dict.py, sorry. Okay, I made a mistake. I used a parent curly brace instead of a square bracket. That's why. So when I'm doing here, it says square bracket closing bracket. So what we're saying, so we had this dictionary object, uh, John, name is John, age 50, city is New York, right? Then we are saying John is not a senior citizen because the age is 50, right? If I modify that, let's say I make his age as 75. It's 8 o'clock. So if I make the age as 75, then let's say execute it. So hey, John is a senior citizen because his data says his age is 75, and our rule says if someone is above, greater than or equal to 60 years, then he is to be treated as a senior citizen. So we are saying John is a senior citizen, right? Is this good? Give me a thumbs up if you are clear with what we discussed so far. Okay, Angel or Janvi. Okay, Prachi. Excellent. All right. So I hope you are making some sense, right, out of what we are learning, how to use these things. Because ultimately, you have to, there may be different kind of problem statements. Okay. So, for example, if you're writing a program, okay, maybe you have to prepare. Now, let's do one example. So, suppose you are in a hospital, you are writing a program for a hospital's reception. Okay. And there you want to add, if a someone is registration, someone is doing the registration, right? So at the reception, maybe someone is asking you what's your name, what's your age, what's your city. So you keep on adding the data. Okay, and this data you keep on storing somewhere, you maintain a list maybe, right? And then you say you have to check if a senior citizen, so you have to make two different lists, one for the senior citizens and one for the non-senior citizens. Okay, so let's extend the same program. Okay, this dictionary program we will extend further. So what we can do here now, so we found, uh, first of all, this data is there. So I'm going to now dynamically, I'll copy this program and make another one. So I'll cp this program dict.py to senior citizen.py. So what I'm doing, I'm copying dict.py into senior citizen.py. Now I'll modify this senior citizen.py. Okay, and what I want is, I want to take input from the user. Okay, and I want to keep getting it, you know, uh, till name is end. Okay, so what I'll do is, I will write a while. Okay, I want to keep on getting the data again and again and again and again, right? So I say while. So if I have to keep doing it, so it means it should be some condition which is always true. Okay, so remember, when we discussed about while loops, I told you, while or for loop, I told you that there should be the condition that we choose, it should be like which sometime at some point it becomes uh, dissatisfied, it becomes false, right? But here, because I want to keep getting the data continuously, so I means I don't want to, because I'm at the reception, and reception people may keep coming in. A new patient comes, I take the data. Okay, and I want to add him either to the senior citizen list or the non-senior citizen list, right? So our goal is, like, whoever the people are visiting the hospital or my clinic, I keep getting their data, and then I put them on two different lists. I maintain the lists. I will call one list as, let's say, uh, SS list, senior citizen list. It's an empty list right now. Okay, and I maintain another one as NSS, non-senior citizen SC list, senior citizen list, and non-senior citizen list. So two lists I'm making here, and both are empty right now. Now, what I do, while I put a condition, something which is gonna remain always true. Give me a condition like 1 is equal to 1. Is that true always? Give me thumbs up if yes. 1 is always equal to 1,
Yes, sir.
or 1 is less than 2, right? So any such condition you can write while 1 is less than 2, suppose. Is this condition gonna remain true forever? 1 is always true. Could it be possible that 1 becomes greater than 2 anytime? Yes or no?
No, sir.
That will never be possible, right? So when I'm writing, now here, be careful what I'm doing, right? uh, just a warning to you, because I might end up, if I don't take precautions, I may end up in an infinite loop. So what I'm doing here is, I'm saying, uh, let me print a message, print, and we will do here, we will print a multi-line message. So I will use triple quotes, and I want to say, welcome to, you know, city hospital, let's say. And here, okay, so I'm using like this. Okay, or I can do more fancy stuff over here. I can do more decoration of it. welcome to City Hospital, New York, right? And I say, uh, I want to get the name of the patient. Please provide. Maybe I want to print registration desk also here. Okay, I'll say uh, name equals input. Please enter patient name. Okay, and right. So I'm going to input the name of the patient, and here I'm in the loop. Remember, so I do if name is equal to, I'm saying if in capital letters I write and, or name equals lowercase and, right? Or name equals end. Anything I write, then what to do? You remember we learned about break, right? So we are saying if name is equal to and, or end, or and, if any of these I'm writing, then I want to go out of this loop. So this infinite condition, infinite loop will break. I will come out of this loop. So this statement is very important. You must write whenever you are writing a loop, while loop with a always true condition, then you must write some such statement, a conditional that will eventually break, okay, in a scenario. And before this, it is important that you take this input as well. Okay, so now I'm going to do, so I got the name. Now if this is not true, if it is not breaking the flow, then I will do what? I'll take input age. Okay, so I say age equals int input, enter patient age. Okay, and then I want to take city. So I say city equals input, enter patient city. Okay, now with this data, I want to prepare a temporary list. So I say temp, a dictionary basically. Okay, I call it temp dict equals, I take the name as, what is the name? The value of name here, where the name variable, comma, age. So I say age is what? Age is the value of age, and the city is equal to the value of city. Okay, so I'm preparing a dictionary dynamically with the inputs that I have taken. And now I will do, I have to, what I have to do, I have to actually move that. If the age is greater than 60, then I want to move it to senior citizen list, or I will put it into non-senior citizen list, right? So I put the condition if temp dict age is greater than or equal to 60, Then I want to add it to which list? Tell me, anyone? Should it be added to SC or should it be added to NSC?
सर NSC ये SC क्योंकि सर after 60 है.
Yeah, greater than or equal to 60 here, then it should go to SC, right? So I say SC list dot. How do we add in the list? Append, right? And what do you want to append? Temp dict. All right. So now, if it is not, then what I will do? Else, I want to do NSC. If it is not greater, then of course greater than, neither it is greater, neither equal, then it will be definitely less than 60. Can I assume that? If age is not greater than or equal to 60, then it will definitely be less than 60. Is that under, can we agree on this? Angel, Prachi?
Yes sir.
Okay, so we can say NSC list dot append, and I can say here temp dict. All right. And after adding this, I want to print both NSC list after every patient. I want to add the patient's list here, print SC list, comma, list, and print NSC list, comma, NSC list, right? So that you keep on monitoring what's happening. Okay. And once you are out of this, if suppose user has entered end, then what will happen? Once you enter end, then in that case you will go out. So you will say print. I want to print a message. Again, some fancy stuff I want to do. So I will say goodbye. Okay. You can do closer here is itself. You, or you can do on the next line. Either way you like. Okay. So now we got this goodbye. This thing I will remove. I don't need this code. Oops. Yeah. Save it. Let's see if our code works. So keep our fingers crossed. Let's see if you made a mistake, senior citizen. Okay, something in the formatting, because we put some spaces over there. I should not have put the spaces. So let's see first of all if it is ending. Okay, let me little bit. I want to modify this. I don't like this misformatting. So what it needs is, means if I do, actually I can do here also the space. This is okay. And where is the goodbye one? Yeah, I think this is good. All right, let's check. So our reception code is ready. Welcome to City Hospital, New York. Please enter patient name, John. Enter patient age, 67. Enter patient city, Baltimore. So what happened? It added it to which list? Senior citizen list, right? And it is ready. Welcome to City Hospital. So earlier days means if you were, this is a complete program. Complete program we have written for the reception of a hospital. This kind of programs used to be there, and even many departments you may find this kind of programs if you go to post office and where the old programs are running. So you may find out this kind of programs. So this is a fully functional program which is providing you a reception code. However, it could be more enhanced, like this data you can store in a database or you can write in a file. We will go and look at the in future sessions. File handling we are going to learn. So we will learn how to write this into the file, and then how can we pick it up, because you here whatever we are doing in the memory, right? This is temporary memory. We do all the work in the RAM. Anybody wants to tell me what is RAM? RAM. What is the full form of RAM?
Uh, read access memory.
No. Anyone else? Angel, Janvi, would you like to take a guess?
So random access memory.
Yes, it's random access
Oh,
memory.
yes, sir.
Random access memory is the temporary memory. Whatever I'm doing right now, if my system is shut down, I don't have all this data. Whatever the data I entered just now, John, 67, Baltimore, that is lost, right? Because that is in the ephemeral memory. Ephemeral, EFEEPHEMERAL, ephemeral memory means something what I'm doing, it is temporary. It will be lost once my system reboots, okay, or my uh, power goes away, or my battery is drained out. Then in that case this data will not be retained. It is not permanent memory. It is a temporary memory. RAM is the temporary memory. Random access we call it because it accesses the data randomly from any location in the memory. Okay, so there are multiple locations, so where the data is stored. I can access any location data by giving reference of that location. I can pick it up. So for example, this data might be stored in the memory somewhere. So lot of data is there. Now city may be at some position, John may be at some other position, name may be at some other position, and then I'm saying I need SC list, first elements name. So it will pick up that particular information and give it to you. That is the random access memory. And another is, what is the sequential access? If it is sequential access, if you have, let's say, 100 records in a file, and you are doing the sequential access and you need to access record number 67. So before you reach the 67th record, you need to go through the first 66 records, then you will reach the 67th record. So that is slow, right? Initial days it used to be sequential memory, sequential access. Okay, uh, the jobs need were sequentially programmed. There used to be punching cards in which you used to write your programs. Not like, so it was not so easy like I'm doing right now on the editor. So you used to do 30-40 years ago, and 40 to 50 years ago, it used to be on the punch cards. Okay, all those punch cards were put in a sequence, and these were processed in a batch. So you don't know if you are submitting this program. Right now I'm getting the result immediately, right? But then if suppose Prachi, Janvi, Angel, Manoj, everyone is putting their own jobs or your own programs, they will be executed in a sequence. So when your number is, if suppose you order, so first come first serve basis, it will do the first program, then the second program, then the third program, and so on. And so same way was the memory, right? So data which is written first will be read first, second, and so on. So when we talk about random access memory means you can access randomly from anywhere. As the way, if you are in a library, you go to a bookshelf and then you can access any of the book from the shelf randomly. Okay, same way random access memory also works. So let's continue here. I put more, next patient comes, and let's say it's David. David's age is 45. David's city is New York. All right. So what happened? Now we have one senior citizen, one non-senior citizen. Let's add another one. Julie, 78. City, Edison. So now what happened? I have two patients in the, what happened this time? Oh, 78 was the age. I entered age as 78, so it went into senior citizen list. Right. Okay. Is it making sense? Are you finding it interesting? Okay, good. Angel, nice. So great. So
सर
we,
मुझे एक प्लीज पूछनी थी, आपने एक स्टेटमेंट ऐड की थी इफ में कि नेम इक्वल्स टू एंड, और उसमें आपने कुछ वर्ड मतलब उसी वर्ड लेटर में कैपिटल स्मॉल करके कुछ दिया था, उस स्टेटमेंट का सर क्या मीनिंग है वो मुझे समझ
उसका
में नहीं
मतलब
आया।
ये है कि अब मैं यहाँ पर सपोज मैं इसको कंटिन्यू करता हूँ, इफ आई वांट टू कीप ऑन रजिस्टरिंग, सो एज लॉन्ग एज माय शिफ्ट इज गोइंग ऑन, मैं पेशेंट
यस,
को रजिस्टर करूंगा, राइट? नाउ माय
ठीक है।
शिफ्ट इज ओवर, डे इज एंडिंग, राइट? सो आई वांट टू गो होम, आई विल जस्ट से एंड सेज गुड बाय। सो उसका स्टेटमेंट का पर्पस ये था कि मैं कैपिटल ईएनडी भी लिख सकता
अच्छा, आप किसी भी फॉर्मेट में लिखते हैं,
हूँ,
आउटपुट सेम ही मिलेगा।
आप एंड लिखेंगे तब भी चलेगा, आप ईएनडी लिखेंगे तब भी चलेगा, बिकॉज केस सेंसिटिव होता है ना।
बिकॉज के सेंसिटिव लैंग्वेज है इसलिए।
यस। सो
ओके,
अदरवाइज मैं, आप सोचेंगे मैं तो एंड लिखा था, अब किस में लिखा था? सो यू मस्ट कंसीडर ऑल दो सिनेरियो। सो हमने वो तीनों सिनेरियोस पहले ही पॉसिबल सोच लिए, और भी हो सकते हैं, कोई हो सकता है कोई और स्मार्ट गाय आए, लेट्स से ही टाइप्स ई एंड डी। अब क्या हो रहा है? ई एन डी से नहीं चल रहा है, राइट?
नहीं चल रहा है यस सर, बिकॉज आपने नहीं डाला उसमें।
ई एन डी नहीं डाला। अब इसका सोल्यूशन हम सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हैं, वो अभी मैं बताऊंगा आपको कैसे कर सकते हैं, इसको भी सॉल्व करेंगे, ठीक है? बिकॉज अब मैं ऐसे कितने लिखूंगा, राइट? यहाँ तो मैं ई एन डी लिख,
यस सर,
ठीक है? ऐसे
यस
कितने
सर,
कॉम्बिनेशन हो सकते हैं? आई डोंट हैव टू पुट टू मच ऑफ ब्रेन। मैं सिंपल इसको टू लोअर लोअर फंक्शन हमने यूज किया था, राइट?
यस सर,
उसको लोअर में या अपर में अगर कन्वर्ट करके सिर्फ एक कंपैरिजन करूंगा, देन दैट विल बी गुड टू, राइट?
यस सर।
वो हम कर सकते हैं। सो फॉर नाउ आई एम जस्ट कंटिन्यूइंग। 56 पेशेंट का नाम ही ईएनडी हो गया।
सर थोड़ा सा मुझे आपने जो इसमें बताया ना रैंडम एक्सेस मेमोरी वाला, वो थोड़ा सा मुझे कंफ्यूजिंग सा लगा, पता नहीं मतलब टॉपिक तो क्लियर हुआ कि रैंडम एक्सेस मेमोरी इट मींस कि रैंडमली कहीं से भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, जैसे आपने एक लाइब्रेरी का
राइट।
एग्जांपल दिया है। लेकिन
हाँ,
सर मुझे इस आउटपुट में थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन है कि इस आउटपुट में कैसे हम एज अ रैंडम एक्सेस यूज करें, एज अ पेशेंट
रैंडम
आप
एक्सेस
बता
जो
रहे हो।
डेटा हम स्टोर कर रहे हैं, जैसे मैंने टेम्परेरी डिक्शनरी में कुछ भी हम जो वेरिएबल्स में डेटा स्टोर करते हैं,
हाँ,
वो
यस
डेटा
सर,
कहीं ना कहीं मेमोरी में स्टोर होता है, ठीक है?
यस सर,
अब वो मेमोरी में कोई सीक्वेंस में नहीं हो रहा है,
ठीक है,
रैंडमली कहीं भी उठा के जहां मेमोरी में स्पेस होता है, ठीक है? इट कीप्स ऑन डंपिंग द डेटा ओवर देयर।
ओके,
तो जो मेमोरी, ये समझिए कि पूरा एक बोर्ड बहुत बड़ा कैनवास है, ओके?
यस सर,
Some locations are available to the computer. Now when I'm saying store all these patients data I have entered, so कोई जरूरी नहीं कि these are being adjacent, कि एक के बाद एक स्टोर हो रहा है, ठीक है?
ओके,
इनको कहीं भी मेमोरी में स्टोर,
रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं हो रहा, मैनुअली ये लोग जा रहे हैं।
ये कहीं भी रैंडमली कहीं पर स्टोर हो रहा है। ये नहीं,
ओके,
रजिस्ट्रेशन तो हो रहा है, मेमोरी में कहीं स्टोर हो रहा है ना डाटा। ये मैंने जब लिस्ट में ऐड किया, एससी लिस्ट में और एनएससी लिस्ट में, तो कहीं ना
यस
कहीं
सर,
मेमोरी में स्टोर हुआ है डाटा, ठीक है?
यस सर,
वंस इट इज गोइंग इन द मेमोरी, तो मेमोरी में रैंडमली कहीं भी किसी भी लोकेशन में पिकअप कर, वो इसको पुटअप कर देता है, ठीक है? बट इट आइडेंटिफाइज इट बाय द नेम। हमने उसको नाम दे रखा है एससी लिस्ट, कि ये लोकेशन एससी लिस्ट है, ये लोकेशन एससी
नॉन
लिस्ट
एक्सलिस्टेड,
एनएससी लिस्ट है, राइट?
यस,
ये एससी लिस्ट का फर्स्ट एलिमेंट है, ये सेकंड एलिमेंट है। दैट्स हाउ द डेटा इज बीइंग स्टोर्ड, राइट? वो एक
ओके,
कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रोसेस होता है, इंटरनली होता है, राइट? व्हेन इट रीड्स एंड राइट फ्रॉम द मेमोरी, but just in simple terms, it is randomly accessed, it is not sequentially accessed, okay?
ओके,
That's what it is. सो अब इसको हमको यहाँ पर फिक्स करना है, इसी प्रॉब्लम को जो हमने एंड करके लिखा था, इस पूरी प्रॉब्लम को मैं थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई करता हूँ। मैं क्या
यस
कहता हूँ,
सर।
आई डोंट वांट टू बी डूइंग ऑल दीज चेक्स, क्योंकि मेरा ईएनडी नहीं चला, तो मैं ये सब हटा देता हूँ, मुझे नहीं चाहिए। मैं कहता हूँ कि इसको एक कैपिटल पर रखता हूँ, इसमें यहाँ का टू अपर कर देता हूँ, ठीक है। नेम डॉट अपर इज इक्वल टू एंड होना चाहिए, बस दैट्स इट। तो अब क्या होगा, मैं कुछ भी लिखूंगा, इन दैट केस इट विल वर्क। सो अगर मैं ई एन डी ये लिखता हूं तब भी चल गया, अगर मैं लोअर केस लिखूंगा ई एन डी तब भी चलेगा, अगर मैं अपर केस लिखूंगा ई एन डी ये लिखूंगा तब भी चलेगा, और अगर मैं ई एन डी ये लिखूंगा तब भी चलेगा, ठीक है।
सर आपने एडिट एडिट क्या किया है सर, वो नहीं दिखा मुझे आपने अभी जो एडिट किया है।
दिखा देता हूं, मैंने एडिट किया है नेम डॉट अपर। अब वो सारी कंडीशन
ओके,
हटा दी, इतनी सारी लगाई थी,
अच्छा आपने फंक्शन यूज कर लिया उसका डायरेक्ट।
फंक्शन करके नेम डॉट अपर कर दिया। जो भी आपने
ओके,
इनपुट किया उसको
यस
पहले अपर में कन्वर्ट करेगा, उसको फिर कैपिटल ईएनडी से करेगा, या फिर मैं टू लोअर लगा लू, यहाँ पर अपर की जगह मैं लोअर लगा, फिर कर देंगे, ठीक है। सो दिस वे यू कैन यूज द मैथ फंक्शंस, स्ट्रिंग ऑपरेशंस। तो यहाँ पर मैं कंपेयर कर रहा हूँ, लोअर केस से भी कन्वर्ट कर सकता, चेक कर सकता हूँ, दैट विल आल्सो गिव मी द सेम रिजल्ट। अब इसमें अगर मैं इसको रन करूंगा और यहाँ पर मैं कैपिटल ईएनडी देता हूँ तब भी मेरा काम, बिकॉज कैपिटल ईएनडी को इसने लोअर में कन्वर्ट करके मैच कर लिया, ठीक है। मैं कुछ
यस,
डालता हूँ ई एन डी डालता हूँ, ये भी चलेगा, लोअर केस डालता हूँ
मतलब
चलेगा, ठीक है।
ओके, मतलब अगर अपर है तो वो लोअर में कन्वर्ट कर लेगा और कोई एक भी उसको लोअर में लेगा तो भी वो दे देगा।
बस हमने कंपैरिजन जो किया है, कंपैरिजन हम लोअर वैल्यू के साथ कर रहे हैं ना, अगर लोअर से करते हैं तो लोअर फंक्शन यूज करेंगे, अगर अपर केस वैल्यू के साथ में कंपेयर कर रहे हैं तो अपर फंक्शन यूज करेंगे, ठीक है।
अच्छा, ठीक है,
ठीक है, जो हमने फंक्शन देखे थे ना, टाइटल
यस
केस कैपिटल एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स, तो वो फंक्शंस यहाँ पर हम यूज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है,
ओके,
राइट। इसी प्रोग्राम को हम लेकर जाएंगे आगे, एक्सटेंड करेंगे, ओके। एंड आगे हम जब फाइल हैंडलिंग पढ़ेंगे तो वी विल लर्न हाउ कैन वी रिटेन दिस डेटा इन द फाइल्स आल्सो, ठीक है। एंड हाउ कैन वी रीड इट फ्रॉम द फाइल, अगर मुझे पूरी की पूरी फाइल रिकॉर्ड, कितने पेशेंट आए हैं, किस डेट में आए हैं, हम इस प्रोग्राम को लेकर चलेंगे फॉर रिमेनिंग ऑफ आवर सेशंस, ओके। दैट विल बिकम आवर कंप्लीट प्रोजेक्ट फॉर द रिसेप्शन, ओके, मेकिंग सेंस। सो इस प्रोग्राम को हम एक फाउंडेशन लेकर चलेंगे, इसी में हम नया डेवलपमेंट करते जाएंगे, एंड at the end of the this course you will have this complete patient registration system available to you, okay। हम इसको ही स्केल करेंगे and we will try to complete a full fledged program, all right। So I think we are running short of time, let's go back to the slides quickly and see any remaining slides that we have. So we have seen this. I think this is clear to you. So accessing elements, you have seen how to access the elements from a dictionary. You can do it using the key, and from the sets, you can do it. Means if a value exists in the set, you can check by uh, in method, right? If the value exists in a set, do some exercise at your home, okay, in your break tomorrow. Storing and retrieving student information, this we have seen the real world examples. Dictionaries, we have seen, we were talking about the sets, so removing duplicates from the list. Membership, in practical, in problems को आप करने की कोशिश कीजिएगा, ठीक है। Membership testing, if an element exists in a particular collection or not, right? Implementing algorithms, counting distinct elements, finding unique substrings, mathematical set operations, performing union, How many of you know about sets, intersection, union of the sets? Okay, good. So you know the sets. So Python may we are learning sets right now. So you can do some of your mathematical problems of set related, doing the union of two sets, doing the intersection of two sets. All those problems can be very easily solved over here with the Python. Okay, do it. You can remove duplicates. This can be your one exercise that you can do. Okay, so you have to initialize an empty list, just like we did SC list or NSC list. You can initialize an empty list to store unique elements. Okay, so you can say a unique list, right? Then iterate through the input list. There will be an input list where there are certain values. Okay, some data elements may be there. For each element in the list, check if it exists in the unique list, the unique list that we prepared in the beginning. Okay, if not, then append it to the unique list. If it is not already there, then you append it in the unique list. Finally, you return the unique list. So this is one way of doing it. Second is alternate way of doing the same is you can do removing duplicates from the list. The same thing you can do using sets. Okay, so how to do it using set? So you can initialize a set and an empty list. So you will create one list and one set. Okay, you will iterate through the input list. You already have an input list. You will go through, you can do like a for each item in the list kind of. For each element, check if it's not in the set, because set can only have the unique values, right? So you will it cannot have duplicates. So you can simply check if the value is in the set, it means it is already there. So you are, every element you are reading, you keep on adding to the set and the list, right? This empty list. Now if the value already exists here, you will not add in this list. Okay, so finally you will be able to create a list with the unique elements. Okay, once you are done through the entire list processing, you will have a set, okay, with the unique values and the list with the unique values. All right, so that's it for today. Any questions on these we will take up in the next class. Okay, do these two exercises. This is your homework. Okay, removing duplicates and alternate, like removing duplicates. So you do these, and we will we will discuss them in detail if you are not able to do. Okay, we will take them as uh, example
Okay,
in this class. Okay,
okay, sir.
all right. Good night. Enjoy your break, and we will connect day after tomorrow for the next class. Again, I would request you to please go through all the slides and the remaining homework that you have not completed yet. Okay,
Yes,
do the coding, create your own problems, solve them. Okay, see the concepts that we are learning, are these any useful to your day-to-day problems that you are doing, right? So just like today, we, within the class itself, we came up with a problem statement and we tried to solve it for the city hospital one, right? Same way, you think of some problems, try to create your own solutions using Python. Okay, then only you will find it interesting. Once you try to solve your real life problems, then you will find it more interesting. Otherwise, it is just like we will keep on reading and we'll keep on forgetting. Okay, unless you apply this knowledge, this is useless. Okay, so do more and more programming, come up with some creative ideas, and solve those problems using Python. Thank you, everyone. We'll connect in the next class.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Bye bye.